Kaki.
And I'm Elizabeth, and we are two single Greek sisters who are so excited to have you at our live finale event.
We brought together 16 Greek Americans to find love sight unseen.
Did it work?
We're gonna find out.
Tonight, you'll find out who our cast chose after their final dates.
And more importantly, are they still talking?
Or dating.
Or nothing at all?
Friends, lovers, or nothing.
There can only be one.
We have our cast here to spill all the tea.
So let's get started.
I went out with Antigone and Nikki. I feel like I want to throw up after a reaction video and having to pick because they were both so amazing, and I just felt my heart sink.
I feel like the past few days I've been like picturing someone in my head, and it was different from what I was expecting, but like not necessarily in like a bad way. Like I definitely would like to continue getting to know him and like seeing where it goes.
I think from the jump from the last couple nights, my connection with Francesca has just been stronger. Like Antigone and I had a good conversation, and we're both from the same city. There's that, but I think like if we're talking like pure connection, like I just think it felt stronger with Francesca. So that's kind of where I went.
So I had my date with Francesca, and I had a feeling that she probably had a date with Nick beforehand. But it went really well, I think. It's really hard to tell because it's all via video chat, and there are awkward pauses because the questions are tough. And I had a feeling she told me she was answering these questions like a second time. So I feel like answering these questions for the first time versus answering these questions again for a second round is a difficult thing.
You know, I live in New York, he's in Atlanta. The way that we have to all look at this is like, even if things just end up we're all friends, that's okay too. There's no pressure.
Okay, I will say I was not expecting the beard at all. Like, I was so thrown. I was
I was not picturing that either, and I think that's like really like, because like I don't really like, I like more like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like we have to give the guys like some leeway here because like everyone like it's quarantine. Like,
okay, but he was also wearing a full suit.
Stop! He dressed up.
So cute. It's so
That's
cute.
amazing.
So cute.
After shooting wrapped in early June, we stayed close with our cast members.
We soon found out who kept going on dates.
Even without us planning them.
And who fizzled.
Then 1 month later, we got video updates from each of our cast members.
And then 2 months later, we checked in via Zoom.
Basically, we followed their journey, and we could not be more excited for the big reveal where you get to find out what really went down with your favorite couples.
I can't wait.
Why don't we start with the couple that always kept us smiling
and laughing,
who seemed to have everything in common,
who gave each other gold stars and daydreamed about coffee.
Paul and Julia.
You're always the last one for me.
Yeah.
And then like
last but not least.
Second time.
Last but not least.
We're the friends.
It's always positive.
Kind of Nespresso.
Yes.
What is?
Always I feel like talking to you is positive. Whatever it is, coffee or just getting to know you, you know?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh God.
I love that you laugh at everything I say. That makes me feel so good at you.
Well, you're funny, so I can't help but laugh. Wrote down OT with a star, so I don't.
Why?
I don't know.
You have a star in my paper too, so.
Oh.
We both have stars.
Oh, we're just both great, big, shining stars.
It always finishes strong with you, Paul.
I agree. Right back at you.
The mom of the group, like that's usually me.
I used to be the dad of like my college group.
Sometimes I just feel like I'm like an oldie, like trapped in like the body of like a young person.
Literally same until Friday night hits, then I'm like, all right, I'm 21 again.
I'm back. Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page with that.
I'm glad we're on the same page about a lot of things. This is great news.
I know. It's refreshing.
It is refreshing. I feel like sometimes it's really hard to connect with people.
I definitely can agree with that.
I always enjoy talking to you, Paul.
I agree.
I feel like it can't get any better than this. I'm like a little sad now that I don't have like this to look forward to at the end.
Oh man, don't. Oh, you're making me blush. Very genuine, high spirits, ambitious, and family oriented. I don't know. I normally wear glasses every day, so I felt better to be like my natural everyday look.
I felt that way too. They like my hair's normally crazy every day, and like this is just how it looks. And I was like, this is it. Like,
It looks professionally done.
no, no.
Those look like
Like from
professional curls.
this is it. Yeah.
I think that I have made the best connection with Julia.
I would choose Paul. He really came out of the bottom for me. I'm sorry, Paul. And it was funny because off the bat, he was not in my top 3. But he really came through on the second day as someone that stood out to me. My favorites slowly shifted in his favor, and he was my number 1 last night, and he is still my number 1 today. He was the only person I wanted to talk to.
I think from the very beginning, me and her just clicked, and I look forward to getting to know her more. I hope the feeling's mutual.
And I am really interested in continuing to get to know him. I like everything about him, and I feel like there's a lot more that there is to know about him, and I would definitely like the opportunity to learn more about him. So, yes.
Hi everyone. So, status update since the show has ended. Paul and I are still talking.
Julia and I have been talking pretty much every day since Dating Greeks has ended.
We normally talk to each other every day, and we FaceTime, which is fun since now we can see each other.
I'm really enjoying getting to know her more, and I'm really excited to see what the next few weeks bring and maybe get a chance to meet her. As soon as we had the final Zoom meeting, I texted Julia immediately and was like, oh, we should chat. Like, let's chat tomorrow. Let's FaceTime off camera or something like that.
I think you also said to, you're like, I don't want to wait until like
Yeah.
they tell us like who like chose who, like you were my like number, like you were like my like choice or like something like that. It was cute.
I think for me, it was just like our conversations just always flowed so well. Like, I felt like I didn't have to like think of things to say. There was just always something to say. It was just boom.
I'm looking at the clock and then I'll look at it again and it feels like 5 minutes passed, but like a couple hours have passed. Paul's just so fun. I feel like I always had like a fun time talking to him. And I was just enjoying myself and laughing. And that really translated over also into like in-person stuff too.
Hey guys, it's Paul.
Me and Julia, we are out here in wine country on our social distant date number 2 meetup. I like the view.
You're my best view. It's a video.
Oh no!
It was basically like our 60th date anyway, because like we FaceTime a lot, but it was just different because it was like in person. We were actually like doing an activity together. But other than that, like that was the only thing that had really changed. I didn't really think that the dynamic really changed. We already kind of had a month-long foundation a little bit before. I thought it'd be fun, but I like kind of really went in with no expectations. But then it also matched up when I got to see his face, like physically, like the biggest smile, which is so nice. And I think like those two complement each other really well.
I was like really excited. I don't know.
I was a little nervous. I think driving there. And then once we got there, it literally felt like nothing had changed.
Like, she's really cool on FaceTime. Can't wait to see how she portrays herself in real life and how she acts, and it all matched up. So it was really exciting.
Look at all those chickens.
The fact that Paul and Julia's first in-person date was a 12-mile hike.
Now that is commitment.
And they met in the middle of where they both live, giving me some real strong Jim Pam vibes.
I ship it.
Just got done with my date with Dimitri. He is just so kind-hearted and very mature. One of my biggest things is I enjoy dating older guys because I feel like that their maturity is a little bit closer to mine. But he is younger than me, and he's actually the first guy that's younger than me that I have felt more of like an emotional connection with. So that was pretty surprising for me. I think he's so handsome, and I'm just gonna say that. But when we did the 4 minutes of staring at each other, I did notice a lot of like eye movement. So I'm just unsure of, if he sees me as just a friend or something more than that. I know that he did have another date tonight, so I have the question of just yes or no to Dimitri, and he's got the question of Nikki or whoever else his date was with. And I know last night Antigone said that Dimitri was her favorite, so I don't know if she was his date tonight, but I definitely do feel like they probably connected on a deeper level. If I have to choose right now, yes, I would love to continue talking to him and getting to know him better. I really just think he's such a kind-hearted person, and in today's day and age, it's hard to find a guy like that.
What I've concluded is that I feel like I have more like in common with Dimitri, and I think like our interests are like his interests are like a really big like thing for me. Like we both like music, we both like art, we both like learning like different languages. So there's that. But then honestly, I kind of feel like there's something about Nick's personality that resonates more with me. And I think maybe it's just like he's a little bit more like reckless, which is, and he's like, oh, yeah, I like make bad decisions sometimes. You just got to do it and like learn and like honestly, same. And I feel like Dimitri's very pure, which I don't know. I'm not. So I don't know, man. I guess I would choose. I guess I choose Dimitri. I didn't say it in a very nice way. I don't know, I'm conflicted. But I really like Dimitri.
With Antigone and Nikki, it was very interesting getting to see them in person and really interact, thinking in terms of how the night went. There were so many things I liked about both of them. Nikki has such a sweet, compassionate sincerity to her. She is somebody definitely who has been shaped by life experience. And Antigone is similar in a lot of those ways, but I also see Antigone as someone who's very, very bubbly and loves to just hit the ground running with the chatter, likes to be very experimental in her interests and the things she tries, whereas Nikki is definitely somebody who, knows what she likes and likes to embrace that, whereas Antigone is always looking for something different. But, because we have to take this next step, I would say, Nikki, I see you as like a sisterly figure to me, someone in which we, share so many so many qualities of memories and experiences, and I feel like we could learn so much from each other. But as far as, the next step in a dating context, Antigone, I would love to know what it's like to get to go out with you. So there's my verdict. You guys have it.
Quick update on where we're at. Let's see. Dimitri and I have been talking periodically, sporadically. I don't know, we've FaceTimed a couple times, we've been texting like here and there. Yeah, I would say it's like going fine. I feel like every time we've talked it's been really good. That like I like get off the phone with him and I'm like, oh, like that was fun. It's been hard to get to know someone like when you can't meet up with them in person, because I feel like so much of a relationship is like, whether it's like a friend or a more than friend, is like based on like how you vibe. So it's been kind of hard in that sense, but I definitely, we'll see where it goes the next few weeks, I guess. If he's ever in New York and if I'm ever in Miami, which I go to Miami, sounds nice. I mean, not right now. Yeah, but yeah, that's my update.
Hey guys, this is Dimitri coming to you from Miami Beach with my 2-month update for Dating Greek. Still talking to Antigone, conversations there. It's amazing. I think more than anything, again, we're just so thankful to have fostered such a great friendship. We FaceTime, we text, chat all the time. Pretty ironic that after being in New York for 4 years, I never met Antigone while I was there. Miss New York every day. Can't wait to go back and look forward to, getting together with her and, having some fun times together when I'm up there to visit.
So I just had my final date with Francesca. I think it went well. I could tell we were both nervous, and I think I hit it more so, but for Francesca, I don't think she could hide it very well. No offense.
That was very forced, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's a great guy. I just don't see him in that way.
But we'll see. I know she has to make a choice between me and someone else. So this is going to be difficult for her, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she's like head over heels for the other guy.
Yeah, I think that we're not as compatible. I feel bad. I don't want to lead anyone on. I just don't see this going in like a romantic direction.
I think the one thing that we have different views on when it comes to life is death. And I should have said more about like the hope of the resurrection and like how like, we shouldn't fear death because we have hope in the resurrection.
He's very into his faith, which I'm not saying that like I'm not, but like I'm sorry. But yeah, it was, and the eye contact was not, I wasn't really like feeling it. He's such a sweet and thoughtful guy, and he's smart, but that's just how I feel.
But I think it went well, and we'll see what happens. I would say yes to choosing Francesca, though, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what she chooses.
My name is Dimitri Florakis. It's about 3 to 4 weeks after the show has ended. Things are going pretty well. I'm, not just talking to Franny, but I'm talking to some other girls, too. I'm planning to meet up with Franny in about 2 weeks when I'm in New York, and we'll see where it goes. Okay. Yeah, Suspith, yeah.
Quarantine has really taught me that life is short and you got to take chances and you shouldn't let life just pass you by. Hopefully meet someone really cool out of this that I could bring home to my Giga.
Who doesn't want to marry a beautiful Greek woman?
So if it was like a summer day, I am a big brunch person.
Pool involves champagne. That's a requirement in my life, is there has to be champagne at the pool.
I love that. I feel like I could have continued talking to him for like the rest of the time.
Great girl, fun conversation, didn't want the conversation to end.
I absolutely loved talking to him.
I don't know, if things keep going this direction, making a decision is going to be difficult.
That's honestly the only con I really had about him. Like, I wish I could talk to him more. I went to Australia last year. I have family there. It's my favorite place I think I've ever been. So
you
bad,
don't understand how much that resonates, because I have debated just like quitting my job and like moving out there and being like a snowboard instructor in like either New Zealand or Australia, and like so many times.
Let's just like leave and go to Australia and just.
You can basically count me in on that.
I feel like he's like down for anything. He's like easygoing in the same way that I am. We're just gonna like run away to Australia. That's honestly the only viable option. I really want to talk to you again. Like, I feel like I could talk to you more.
Yes, I definitely want to talk to you again, 100%. Definitely not mad it ran long. I couldn't help myself. I was having too much fun enjoying that conversation with her.
I'm on these other dates and, like, I still can't get our conversation, like, out of my head. I hope I can talk to him again tomorrow. I really, really hope I could talk to him again tomorrow. Like, really, really, really hope.
Tonight, like, my conversation with Francesca was like really, really good and just kept going.
Yeah, I was very excited to see my date card today. I am talking to Nick again. Yay! Like, I'm so happy that I'm talking to you again.
Me too. Normally I've been like texting everybody before I call, but I was like, I wanted to get in a little early.
I'm like so happy you did. He literally called me like 2 minutes early because he like said he couldn't help himself. That was amazing. Definitely getting really smitten with him. Like, yeah. And it's crazy because I've never met the guy. Oh my God, there's still stuff I haven't asked him yet. Okay. Yeah, so I'm happy that we're both on the same page.
We definitely are like, I think each other's number ones. I think that's just pretty apparent on both sides.
I know how everyone in love is blind. I know what they were all going through now.
Yeah, I mean, I just cannot wait to talk to her again.
I definitely like, I think I know.
Like Francesca's usually like leader in the clubhouse because like we're actually having real conversations.
It's Nick. Yeah.
Okay, this is real. Like we're talking about real stuff. Final date with Francesca went great. I'm glad I finally got to see her in person.
I'm pretty certain. No, I'm not. I'm 100% certain I'm choosing him. Honestly, I don't really know like where I see this going. I'm just down to like get to know each other.
I mean, there's not. I don't really need to say much.
Yeah, no, Nick won. He won my Dating Greek world. I kind of wanted to just come on here and give you guys an update and how things are going with Nick. Just to refresh everyone's memory here, I ended up choosing Nick in the end of Dating Greek, and he chose me. So adorable.
So it's been 2 weeks now, and things are good. I mean, me and Francesca are still talking pretty much every day.
We're on day 10 of our snap streak.
You know, we're trying to see if we can go somewhere at some point, hopefully sometime this summer.
Can't like virtually date someone like forever. And we both kind of want to see if our connection in person is as great as our connection virtually.
So it's been about 2 months since we started doing Dating Greek. And I mean, I gotta say I've been really happy with the results.
Things are going really, really well. We are still talking. We talk every day. We have a snap streak that's going on over 60 days now. And yeah, we won't break it. Yeah, no, I am really catching feelings for him. Like, I really do like him a lot. And I know he feels the same way.
We're still trying to figure out how to get over the big hurdle of meeting up. We're hopeful we can do something in the near future, but with, you know, me being in Georgia and having very strict guidelines, if I go to New York, it's something, or, you know, if she comes to me, it's something that we got to figure out.
I feel like I've known him for way longer than 2 months, like virtually. Like, I think when we do meet, it's going to be pretty easy. And yeah, no, I'm excited to like finally get to that point with him where he's like more than just like an internet guy. That's really where we're at. You know, we're still very much an item.
Obviously, after that first date, like the Zoom date, we were like, okay, we want to like FaceTime. Like we want to keep talking. So we were like, okay, like let's FaceTime tomorrow. And then it just kind of kept going from there.
Yeah, it was kind of like a gradual progression. Like I think we started off kind of slow with it. We've definitely progressed even like without even like meeting each other. When I was like going through the process, and I think like I had this moment kind of the day that we actually saw each other, like I kind of, not that I didn't take it seriously, but I was just kind of like having fun with it. But like I knew that I really liked him throughout it all. But then I really did like him. And when we did meet, I did have a moment where I was kind of like, oh, wow, like he's actually like a real person. Like, you know, if I were to go through with this, like it would entail having to maintain like essentially a long distance relationship.
I mean, I think it was really like that second night where our conversations kind of got to a much deeper point, and it like was deeper than any of the other conversations I was having with any of the other girls. That kind of, I think, was really where like, okay, this is different.
I think what stood out to me about him is that like we had a lot in common. Honestly, like I kind of felt like he's like me, but like in male form. So that was really something that really stood out to me right away. Like I knew from night one, like he was definitely like high up on, I think if he was not number 2, he's definitely number 1. I mean, no shade to any of the other guys. They're all great. But I just like didn't have that like same feeling, that like warm fuzzy feeling that I felt like after like my conversations with Nick.
It was our second date that we started our Australia talk about just saying screw all this and running off to Australia together. So I think that was really when I was like, okay, I need to continue this conversation with this girl. We're hopeful that we can finally get together and actually meet each other in person soon. You kind of have the couples that have a more interesting storyline, and then you kind of have the one that's just kind of just there chilling on the beach. So we like to think that that's us.
Like, we waited as long as we have, you know, we've really built a strong connection. Like, I feel like I know him way longer than 2 months. But like, I feel like when we do finally meet each other, it's going to be very special.
The anticipation is going to make it that much more worth it.
Like, I did want to really make sure that this was something I really wanted to pursue. You know, the fact that we have such a strong connection without meeting in person, like, says a lot.
Hi. We fooled you. You thought we had no plans, but we did.
But we did. All right. Hey, Dating Greek. It's Nick and Francesca, live from DC. How many days after Dating Greek? What, 60 something?
Wait, I can check our snaps.
Yeah. It's been what, 67, almost 70 days?
Almost 70 days.
And yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Well, we're official.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll see where things go from here. But you know,
yeah,
we're excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Academy for this one.
For this one or that?
Yeah. Basically, but yeah, that's basically it. We're happy.
So Nick and Francesca actually fooled us. They told us they weren't meeting up, then secretly proceeded to rendezvous in DC.
It was super sketch, and whenever we would ask them for a couple update, they would just say it would be worth the wait.
But for them, after talking for 2.5 months, finally meeting was worth the wait. They're officially a couple. But don't forget our only rule.
You have to invite us to the wedding.
And for you two, we will be giving a toast.
Champagne, I presume?
Alright, so that's finally a wrap. I have to say I am both physically and mentally drained. It almost feels like I played in a full lacrosse game. But overall, I'm definitely glad I did this.
So I just had date number 4 with Peter, and he's such a sweetheart.
You know, I want to thank Ari for talking to me in the finale. She clearly enjoyed our conversations as much as I did.
And I always enjoy our conversations, and meeting him was like, I knew he had curly hair, I just knew, but it was like really fun to see him and just talk, and like I feel like we were laughing a lot.
I always said I wanted to meet more Greek people. That was one of my goals post-college, so now I guess this is meeting Greek people on steroids, since a lot of people nationwide are going to see this. So again, I hope everyone doesn't judge me too harsh. It definitely took me out of my comfort zone. I'm not a huge talker or someone who opens up very easily, so this show definitely challenged me.
So I just had date number 4 with Paul, and I had so much fun. Like, we just always can laugh and joke around and also like be serious, which I really appreciate. So yeah, I'm curious what Paul thinks of me. We'll see.
I had a really great time. Ari is so funny, so fun to talk to. I feel like we get along really great. We're actually pretty similar, and I think we would have a great time together if we were to ever go out to like a bar or a party together. She just has like such a fun, like cool personality.
Hey guys, it's Ari. We're back, season 2. Woo! Season 2 recap.
First and foremost, I got a much needed haircut, so I'm super excited about that. But no, in all seriousness, not a ton to report on. Wasn't really expecting to anyway, considering that we're in the midst of a pandemic.
Update on my matches. Drumroll please.
Ari's in Ohio, I'm in Philadelphia, so there's not really any progression there. And I'm really someone who values face-to-face communication.
Peter's super awesome too. We talk, we text a lot. Like, he FaceTimed me for my birthday, which was super sweet. And yeah, I would love to, like, you know, one day maybe we can socially distant hang, because he's in PA and I'm in Ohio.
But as I said before, I'd be more than happy to meet up with Ari in Astoria one night when things begin to normalize.
Just finished my final date with Stephanie, and I'm like speechless. I don't really know much what to say, because like she's awesome. She was actually like she looked like what I was actually like picturing in my mind. So she's gorgeous.
I had such a great date with Baniotti. I feel like he is so easy to talk to and he is a super genuine guy, which I really appreciate. I feel like there is no shortage of things for us to talk about.
She's gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw her, I was like, wow, can't believe I've been talking to her for 3 days, haven't been able to see her.
There's definitely a lot more that I want to continue getting to know about him, and I am excited to continue doing that and just see where this goes.
I can't bring out more words at this point, but yeah, that was awesome.
Hey, so it is my Dating Greeks update video, and here is the update.
It has been a few weeks since the last episode, last night of dates.
Baniotti and I are just friends.
We still talk here and there occasionally. Just distance plays a huge factor.
Even though we didn't pursue anything, I feel like he is such a great guy, and I'm happy that I met him.
If I went to New York or if she came to Chicago, definitely would love to take her out on a date, but we're still cool. We have our inside jokes and stuff like that. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know.
As for me, I'm not sure what's next, but I am excited to find out.
Well, the tea really has been spilled.
When you know, you know.
And after 4 dates, you probably should know.
It still seems like everyone hit it off, even if it wasn't a love connection.
Hey, a relationship is a relationship, whether friends or more than friends. And hey, you can never have too many Greeks in your life. And you don't know where friendship can go.
Well, the night is still young. We'll see what happens.
You guys didn't think that was it, did you?
Let's get to our couple updates.
Our next couple was a quick fan favorite.
And I do recall someone saying they were going to buy a ring
after the first date. This couple had a lot of memorable moments.
And we're about to see some more.
I'm from New Jersey. Where are you from?
Nice. I'm from Pittsburgh. I do a lot of youth work, so like I counsel at our like Metropolis summer camp every summer.
I think it's so cool that you do like youth work. I also work at my Metropolis summer camp. That's like my life. Well, we don't have one in New Jersey anymore, but I do Camp St. Paul, so that's like the New York diocese one.
No, I have some friends from there. Yeah.
So that's a huge part of my life, and just like
everything you said, I basically could have said the exact same thing.
That was great. Like great.
That was like a complete shock. Get on a sailboat completely by yourself and like drive it all over the place.
Yeah, I'll teach you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm down. What are you doing next weekend?
Yeah, nothing actually.
She invited me to her house in Florida. I got a call off work, but I'm free.
I enjoyed it. I had fun. Yeah, for Lucas.
First impression is, where can I go to buy a ring? No, I'm just playing. I did. Hey, I'm super excited I got to talk to you again.
Me too.
I feel like yesterday we hit it off right in the beginning, and then after that I was like, I feel like I kept comparing every other one to
Oh my god, wait, you are like you're
good.
not even like you better be serious, because I literally said on the girls' Zoom, they were like, how'd it go? I was like, I spent every single date comparing it back to my first one.
No, I feel the same. I feel like we literally just like we clicked super well, and then it was like, all right, see ya, and then the night just went down.
No, I'm like dead serious. All of my reaction videos were like, well, I'm not going to tell you I gave you a 10 out of 10, but I gave you a 10 out of 10.
I'm jealous that you live on the water, though, because I've always kind of wanted to have, like, my own dock with, like, my own, like, crappy rowboat that I could go do whatever.
Well, I got one, so you're more than welcome to come to my house.
Hey, it, like, flew by again, so I hope we get to talk even longer tomorrow.
It's so annoying that we got cut off again. I just want to talk to him all night long.
So, I have a crush on a girl that I've never seen before, and that's where I stand with Chloe.
I feel like I can actually see like a connection starting to form.
Every time we talk, we just hit it off. I love everything that she says. I feel like she'd be super fun to hang out with. I would love to beat her in a board game. I would love to go fishing with her. I'd love to like go on a kayak trip with her. I feel like we could just get it like she. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck with my words right now. I'm just thinking. I really enjoyed that. I really did. How are you? How's your
I'm
night
great.
going?
I'm not going to lie to you. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. I'm excited then. You mean like this call in particular or the whole night?
Yes. No, this specific one.
Damn. She's awesome. Like, it's so cool that, like, we mess with each other and we tell, like, stupid stories and, like, funny jokes and like the banter's there, but then we have like very nice, meaningful conversations too. It's like get yourself a girl that can do both, and Chloe can do both.
I also like our banter. Like I think it's very easy to talk to you. I just enjoy like anything that you say, and I like learning about you.
I really like her, but it's like weird as shit because I've never seen her before, and we just talk on the phone every night. But I really like her.
So I don't really have words to say about him. He's just so great.
Hey, what's up, guys? Big news to share. Chloe and I are engaged. No, I'm just playing. But we definitely do still keep in touch. We've definitely been talking, getting to know each other a little bit more. She's trying to move to Florida, so that makes things a little bit difficult. But I think that maybe one day there could be something there.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe. I think the show ended like 2 weeks ago. I'm still in Florida. I ended up with like Lucas, and we talk sometimes. We're not getting married. Yeah, like he's a good friend. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. We talk sometimes for like a little bit, and then like we just will stop answering randomly. But I'm also kind of talking to someone else now, so I'm not upset. I mean, I'd love to meet him someday. It'd be like kind of funny to like put a face to a name kind of thing, but like a real life face, because I've already met him via FaceTime. But yeah, that's it.
The finale, you know how we had that like 20 minutes in between? Like we cut the recording and we kept talking without the recording. And that's when I was like, so what happens tomorrow? And he was like, well, like nothing really. Like we can talk sometimes. Like we might not have to talk at all. Like it doesn't matter. I guess we'll see what happens. So I was like, okay.
I'm 23. I would definitely like to meet Chloe in person at some point, but I don't think I'm going to fly to her beach house like you said.
I was almost annoyed with how it ended. I don't think that Lucas had any intention of it being like anything more than just like I'm gonna go on the show for fun, which I don't care about. Like I wasn't expecting anything, but then like at the end for him to just be like, yeah, we're probably not gonna talk. We'll never make plans to like meet up if we're in the same place at the same time. Like cool, but if not, oh well. I was like, that just wasted my whole week.
I was like, if I end up finding somebody, that's awesome. If not, like I'm sure I'll like make friends or something. Like I definitely really did like her when we were on the show, and it wasn't like I don't know, it wasn't like faked. Like the more we talked, like the initial spark just kind of wore out.
When he clearly says like he doesn't want to talk anymore. So like I was like, yeah, I agree, which I do. Like on a good day, we live 7 hours apart. And then like if I move to Florida, that's another 1,500 miles. So like I get it, but at the same time, like why would you go through the whole week if you were not gonna talk anymore after that?
You ever just like go on a first date with someone, you're like super, super into them, and then by like the fourth day, you're just like, eh. Like in a sense, this show was like a dating app. You have no idea how things are gonna go like when you meet up in person. Like you could have like really great conversations, which we did, and then I would like to meet up with her in person, but like that's kind of impossible. You can only text someone for so long and keep it interesting.
So there was a couple times where he was like, we should definitely FaceTime, and then like we never did. There was another time where he did FaceTime me, but he was so drunk at a party, and he like met someone that knew me, and I don't know how they even started talking about me, but him and this guy like that I knew FaceTimed me, and they were like, oh my god, hi Chloe, and then like they hung up in the middle of the call, and then the next day he texted me and was like, yeah, we should definitely FaceTime like now that I like know what I'm saying, and then we never talked.
It was honestly just like a lot of like drunk texting, be like, hey, we should FaceTime, like both ways. And then the other person was always like, I'm out right now, or like I'm with my family. So I think we might have did it like once. I could have definitely put in more effort there. It's kind of on me.
Just like catch up, like what are you doing type of thing, and then like one of us will just not answer.
I feel like sometimes it's easy to have an initial spark with somebody, but it's hard to like keep that going. And I feel like that's how you kind of know it's like the one. And I feel like after like 2 or 3 months, it just was boring. Like we were just texting like nothing. To be honest with you, like it was just the unrealisticness of ever being able to see each other frequently in person. And I think that kind of just like changed both of our mindsets about the whole thing, and we wanted to like put less effort into it. It also makes me wonder, like, did I like her so much because I was just comparing her to all of the other girls in the show? Like, if I just met her somewhere, would we still have had that same connection? Or did it just seem like it was so great because compared to everyone else, it was much better?
He's applying to med school. I'm trying to move out of state. Like, that's a lot to do on your own, let alone trying to like factor someone else into it. And I think that we'd both say that like we're trying to be a little bit more realistic.
We've talked a lot in the past week, and we're like very much on the same page.
It is life. And like we literally, there's no hard feelings at all.
Nothing happened. There's no hard feelings. Like the connection just kind of faded with time.
The way that we left things last week was very mutual. Am I open? Yes. But I like don't care if it doesn't go somewhere at this point because like it's been so long and maybe one day it'll work. Like that's sort of how we left it.
At this like exact moment, I feel like that's not something I'm super interested in. Like, we're in our 20s. This isn't like middle school anymore. Like you don't just date somebody like for the hell of it. Like if I'm going to date someone, I want to be able to like put effort into my relationship. And I don't see how that's possible if you live in Florida.
I talk to Julia a lot. Julia's brother and I have the same godparents, but like we didn't know until Julia added me on Facebook. So Julia added me on Facebook and I texted her. I was like, how do you know this woman? That's my Nuna. And she was like, no, like that's my brother's Nuna. And I was like, what?
I think that if we met in person and we like kind of hit it off again, I think I might be a little bit more inclined. I feel like in person versus like over phone or Zoom is like a wildly different thing.
Hey, look at this. We just take a lap then.
Take a shot.
Take a picture.
No, just take the shot.
Shot what?
I'm not looking for a picture. I want you to take the.
Drain it.
I can't do
What's up, everybody? So a couple updates on me and Chloe. I actually had the chance to meet Chloe in person. She came home for a little bit to Jersey, and I was at a friend of mine's birthday party, and Julia was there. And Chloe and Julia actually had plans to hang out that weekend, and Chloe came to the party, so we got to meet in person, which was really cool. We actually ran the pong table. Chloe drained the last shot. It was awesome. And then after that, things had just kind of changed since the show, and we just kind of thought that currently we would just be better off as friends. It was kind of a mutual agreement for a variety of different factors, but I don't have any hard feelings. I hope she doesn't either, and I'm happy at the end of the day I gained a friend. So sorry to disappoint the whole world that we're not getting married and all that, but it is what it is.
I have a lot of thoughts. So after the show was over, I picked Lucas, and there were a lot of feelings involved in this. There was a time when I was super upset that we weren't going to talk afterwards, and then I was like, whatever, I'm living my life, my best life in Florida. So we didn't talk for about a month, and I was perfectly okay with it. There was always questions of like, what would have happened if we lived closer together? What would have happened if we decided to continue talking? So there was a point in time where I was like, wow, like I really like maybe want to see where things go with Lucas. So the day of the premiere of the show, Lucas reached out and was like, I think we should start talking again. Like, I forgot how much, like, I liked talking to you. And I was like, yeah, I completely agree. I loved talking to you on the show. Let's try this out. That weekend I was staying with Julia, and I ended up, like, accidentally meeting Lucas at a gathering. And it was great. We had a great time. Like, it was nice to finally put, like, a face to a voice and, like, a text conversation, because we had never FaceTimed outside of the show. Like we had just texted here and there, like maybe 6 times after the show ended, before July came and we didn't talk at all. So we met, it was great. Like we had a fun time, but I personally didn't see it going anywhere as anything other than friends. I think that like we would get along really well as friends. We have so much in common. But there just like was nothing there for me romantically. As the time like moved on in the past couple of weeks since the show has aired, and we met, we still do not talk, which is fine. We talk on the nights that the show airs, and that's pretty much it. And I'm okay with that. I want the world to know, like, it's not the end of the world. This is actually almost reality, like more realistic than anything else that could potentially come out of the show, because there are going to be people in your life that you don't talk to anymore, or that like you think you have a connection with. It's okay for things not to work out. So that's what I want people to take away from this show. I think right now it's just not the time for either of us, and that's fine. And as long as me and Lucas are on the same page, that's all that really matters, and we are on the same page. So, but to wrap this up, I really loved being on the show. I thought it was super fun. It's something I can eventually like tell my kids that I did or play two truths and a lie, like, hey, I've been on a dating show kind of thing. But I made a lot of good girlfriends out of it. I met a lot of cool people and like more connections for the future. And so I'm not upset about any of it. It's just life. Bye, guys.
Well, that was
Yeah.
so many things.
How are we feeling?
Are you guys shocked?
Definitely didn't see that one coming after the show.
Really felt like they were going to be one of the couples who made it.
But like they said, this is life.
Right. And life doesn't always go the way we want it to.
And honestly, distance is tough.
Keeping a conversation going when there's thousands of miles between you,
that's tough.
Yeah. But bummer, because they did seem like they had a genuine connection.
End of the day, they're both great people, and I hope they can have a great friendship.
Even if long distance.
And hey, Chloe, if Lucas doesn't end up taking you up on your beach house offer, we're only a phone call away from Florida.
And we love the beach.
And Disney.
Without further ado, we are at our final couple of the night.
Who's that?
Well, this couple had a connection that they built slowly over time.
So like a totally normal couple.
One that most everyone probably didn't see coming.
I can't wait for this reveal.
Well, let's get to it.
What's your favorite dish? What's your go-to?
My favorite food is tiropidakia.
She loves tiropitis. I love tiropitis. Okay, I feel you on that. I can easily crush at least 10 of those at Thanksgiving
Me
or Christmas
too.
or Easter, whichever holiday you want to put them in front of me. I can go 10 deep on those easily.
And then I'm like full for dinner because I just had all like the tiropidakia.
Until your yak comes in the room, then you better not be full anymore. You better make some room ASAP.
He's really funny and quirky and like always like takes the opportunity to like crack a joke. How was your day?
It was good, kind of like you. I mean, uneventful. Sat on the phone all day on conference calls at work.
I bet you were looking forward to this all night though.
Yeah, duh. I mean, it was hard. It's hard to get through the calls. It's like, James, you there? Can you advise on this? It's like, oh shoot, what are you saying? I got a big day with Cassandra later tonight.
Been dreaming about her all day.
Geez, just like daydream. I hope I didn't screw up too many cases today.
You know, I was looking at the list and obviously it was great to see you on it again. And then I saw you were last. But then I was like, you know what they say?
Save the best for last.
There you go. Great minds.
Boom. You don't have to say it to me. I already know.
So yeah.
All right, Stephanie. If you're at home watching TV, what are you turning it on? What about music, Stephanie? What kind of music do you like?
Chrysanthi. Not Stephanie.
Oh, what?
Shout out James for calling me the wrong name though. You're lucky I didn't hang up on you.
Jeez, my bad. If we went to a Greek night or something, are we dancing the whole night? What are we doing? Are we going in and leaving, or are we just like chilling? What are we doing?
We are going in and dancing the whole night.
Hell to the yeah.
And if you try to sit down, I will pull you out of your chair.
All right, major asterisk. I'm gonna put like 2 asterisks by that. Hey, let's hit this in Mexico. Hey. You know, good note here. My law firm has like 50-something offices in pretty much every major city in the country. So, just saying.
You trying to move up here?
No, I'm really not. To be honest with you, Boston is probably way too cold for me.
I'm always cold, so I like the warm weather for sure.
All right, so then my question to you is, what's taking so long, Chrysanthi? Why aren't you moving down here south? It's really beautiful.
I don't know.
It's
why
nice.
I haven't like looked into it already.
You just
I
hadn't
should've
found the
done that
right
last
person
night.
down here? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You just haven't found the right person down here?
No, I think I did.
Okay, maybe so. All right, good answer again. She said she's open to moving south. She's not a cold weather person. Not gonna lie. Is it a deal breaker? No. However, am I gonna say it's a gigantic plus? Abso-freaking-lutely. Giant plus. Chrysanthi, ready to move south. So
Everyone who's listening right now.
I already know the area. All right, everybody. My house is going up for sale. I know I just moved in a few months ago.
My
house
dad's
is for
a real
sale.
estate agent. He'll sell your house.
Done and done. He'll sell my house. He'll hook us up with a nice place in Charleston. My law firm has an office there on King Street, the nicest street in Charleston. So I don't have to switch jobs. We're good to go. All right, done and done. What's up, everyone? Dating Greeks. Night number 4. All dates complete. It's now time for what everybody's been waiting for, the final decision. On one hand, we have Chrysanthi. On the other hand, Chloe. 2 great girls. Loved all 4 date nights with both of them. They're both extremely cool, great personalities, super real, genuine people. Got to make a decision, and here it is. My choice, Crisante, my number 1. Let's see what happens. Crisante, hopefully you pick me. If you didn't pick me, it's cool. We'll still be friends either way. Just remember, you told me you love me.
Okay, this is the final reaction tape of the week. I'm comparing James and Lucas, how like both things went. Like it was awesome talking to both of them. I see a lot of similarities like in myself with each of them, but I really do think that I had a stronger connection with James. I just feel like every time I talk with him, it's just like I can't stop laughing. I mean, he said he loved me. I hope he picks me too. Wanted a final update on who we picked first. So James was my number 1 pick. Where are we at now? Well, it's been a couple weeks and don't really know if everyone's been keeping in touch or not. But as far as right now, I would say
things are going pretty well. So we're showing up in Boston right now. Came to come see the girl.
And we've actually had a really fun weekend.
It's been awesome. Had a great weekend together.
Next stop, South Carolina.
Next stop, time for her to come visit me in the South. So we'll keep you guys updated.
And yeah, that's that.
What's up, everyone? This is James checking in. It's been about 2 months since we stopped filming Dating Greeks. And just to fill you guys in, all right, so at the end of Dating Greeks, I picked Crisante. Crisante picked me. We took really no days off. We kept talking immediately thereafter. Made our own little FaceTime dates and everything, and just kept talking. About 2 weeks after Dating Greeks stopped filming, I flew up to Boston for the first time to go meet her in person, and then a few weeks later, I went back up again the second time.
Now we're almost 2 months out. He came last weekend. We spent the whole weekend together. It was honestly amazing.
It's been a week since the second time I went up there. It's just really kind of crazy how you can really get along so well with somebody and really be so similar in so many different areas.
We just have so many of the same opinions and views on things in life, and we basically agree on almost everything.
I think the only area that we aren't really almost identical on is food. So she gives me a hard time about that. I'm somewhat of a picky eater.
How could you not like ranch dressing, right? He doesn't like condiments. So, you know, I made him try sushi and guac because those are like bomb. So we're gonna work on that. I started him off easy with a veggie roll. And what do you think?
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
Not bad! Day 2, I'm making him try guac.
Cheers.
Tell me you love it.
Not bad.
Not bad!
We've just been having a great time. We really have so much fun together. We never want to leave when the weekend's over, but we have more weekend trips planned and just really excited to see where things go. On this most recent trip up there last weekend, I also met her parents. So we've already crossed that bridge and we had a great time. Her parents were super cool and they reminded me a lot of my own.
He's the nicest guy literally I've ever met. Cares so much for me, and we've literally only known each other like 2 months. I've only been in person with him for like 6 days, and I feel like I've known him forever. He treats me like a queen. It's just really exciting for both of us.
I'd like to think that we're evidence that, you know, this type of thing can work. Given the right 2 individuals are in it. So I think both of us are just really excited to see what happens. You know, hopefully things keep going well and we have more and more update videos for you all in the future.
It's really exciting to have someone to want to share like your life with and new experiences with. I would have never met him probably if it wasn't for this show. So that's all. I did it for fun, but I never really expected it to like lead into actually finding someone.
I mean, I wouldn't have said 2 months ago that I'm going to be sitting here in August and being like, oh yeah, I actually have a girlfriend that I found on the show. Like, no, like
maybe a 1% chance, but
we like made things like official, so we're like a couple. So I don't know, and like everyone I tell, they're like, no way, that actually happened. One of my friends was like, I can't believe you met someone normal from a thing like that.
hey now.
Yeah, I'm just as shocked as everyone else.
I mean, I guess it's just a good way for me to learn that sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and, you know, try something that I wouldn't normally do.
And we're both serious about finding someone enough to the point where, like, if we did find someone we thought we were actually interested in, like, we didn't care about the distance. So, like, I feel like some people might use that as an excuse, but, like, for us, I guess we're at a point in our lives where we're just, like, ready for someone. So, like, we don't really care.
On the last Zoom meeting, Krisanthi said something about, you know, she's so disappointed because now she doesn't have any dates lined up. And I was like, immediately jumped in and I was like, no, you have a date tomorrow. Like, just wait, I'm texting you.
Until eventually I was like, I'm the type of person who I don't like to waste my time. So I was like, I want to meet this guy so I like can confirm I like him, because I don't want to sit here and talk to him for 3 months like on the phone and then I finally meet him and I'm like, wow, I hate this dude. So I was down to business. I was like, so do you want to like come up?
Yeah, no, seriously, it was like, so we finished dating Greek on like the Thursday, I think it was like a Thursday that we ended. I'm pretty sure that following Monday, I was booking a flight to Boston because she was like, hey, if this is serious, like, you want to come up to Boston and see me? And I was like, well, I guess I wasn't going to propose coming up that early because you might think I'm a psychopath, but sure, if you're recommending it, then sure, I'll book a plane ticket, you know, tomorrow.
Immediately after leaving work, I like went to the airport to pick him up. So after like my last hour and a half at work, I literally was like having a panic attack. Like I was nauseous. Like I was like breathing like very fast. I was like, oh my God, what am I about to do? And I was like so scared. And like, I was like, what if it's so weird? But then we met and it was like, it just felt like normal.
Yeah, I really wasn't nervous. I was just like, I'm either going to go up there and it's going to be a disaster and we just aren't compatible. There's no vibe there, or it's going to be exactly what I thought it was going to be, and it's going to be awesome. And, you know, this is the kickstart for, you know, what's to come in the future. I don't think I really knew I liked her until after like our third date. I was like 99% sure. And then after the fourth date, I was just like, yeah, it's 100%.
The third night definitely was like solid. At that point, I was like, it's either Lucas or James. And like me and Lucas were pretty similar too, but I don't know, like I should say the Zoom call when we did the questions, like I had so much fun and like the hour went by so fast to the point where, like, no offense to Lucas, but I was like, I don't even want to do another one.
When we went through all those questions, I remember Krisanthi was first, whatever, we had that. And I was just like, I could pretty much go ahead and wrap it up at that point. I was like, honestly, like no offense to Chloe or anything, but it's just like, it was pretty much over after that. Neither one of us had each other, like, number one, like after like the first night or two, whatever. And it's just crazy to me that, you know, what we have could have not happened just based on like a 10-minute intro call.
Yeah, I've had the worst dating luck in my whole life though. So it was like really like surprising to finally meet someone who like actually wanted to prioritize me and actually liked me. Like I remember like the first time he held my hand, I was like, because I was he's like, no one's ever held your hand before, and I was like, maybe in the car like once, but in public, no. So it's refreshing. He's like really, yeah, he's just the sweetest.
I've sketched her out a few times doing stuff.
He was too overbearing in the beginning, and I was like, if you can, I said it in a very nice way, but I was like, if you continue this, I'm gonna run away.
I almost scared her off just by caring.
Honestly, I'm shocked.
Krisanthi, I think it's time for you to move south.
And winter is coming, James. Time to buy that place in Charleston.
I can't believe they've already met up 4 times. And more to come.
And have you seen a more photogenic couple? I mean, talk about good genes.
When we say wedding invites, we're looking at you too.
What a night. I can't believe we've made it through another season of Dating Greek.
Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and following this journey.
Be sure to comment on what you thought of season 2 and tonight's live finale.
And make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Dating Greek.
Applications for season 3 are now live, so check it out and be sure to apply. Link in our bio.
And we've got a special surprise for you guys. Dating Greek stickers. Hit us up if you'd like one.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Good night, guys.